has been in a voluntary rehab facility for several months now. According to her siblings, the notoriously hefty celeb has lost more than 100 pounds since admitting herself to the facility. While her weight loss has yet to be officially confirmed, many are wondering how Tammy's medical bills are being paid for. Is the network picking up the bill? Have the siblings pitched in to keep up the tab? Read on to get the nitty-gritty on the financial side of Tammy's rehab care. At the end of 1000 lb. Sisters Season 3, Tammy Slaton finally makes the decision to take control of her health. She opts to readmit herself back into the rehab facility in Ohio, where she was back at the beginning of the season. While the show makes everything out to be hunky-dory, there were definitely some details that weren't shared with fans in the season finale of the hit TLC show. While fans were aware that Tammy and her sister, Amy Halterman, had been living side by side in a duplex apartment, the show did not reveal what it cost them to live there. According to The Sun, the 4-bedroom, 2-bathroom brick residence is located in Dixon, Kentucky. Despite being in a very rural area, the home was priced at $239,000. After seeing the state of the home inside and out, that number has left many fans wondering why such a small space had such a high price tag. Despite starring in a hit TLC reality show, Tammy is not living high on the hog. As TV shows Ace previously reported, it's been estimated that the sisters make roughly $5,000 per episode. This rounds out to roughly $50,000 per completed season of the show. While TLC likely chipped in for some expenses, they are not known for being generous. Numerous outlets have reported that TLC reality personalities are the lowest paid television stars on the market. So, it's very probable that the trips to doctors' offices, family adventures, and vacations were all funded by the family themselves. According to The Sun, the sisters initially split the monthly cost of the duplex home down the middle. Each sister occupied a portion of the space, and they shared the financial burden. Towards the end of Season 3, Amy Halterman and her husband moved out of the duplex and into their new home roughly 30 minutes away. While this gave Tammy more space, it also increased her financial responsibility, laying the entire monthly cost on her shoulders. As fans know, Tammy's size prevents her from holding a regular job. This meant that her income consisted of her monthly Social Security checks along with what TLC was paying them. According to the SSDRC, the average SSDI payment in Kentucky is about $1,250. According to Amy, what Tammy makes was not enough for her to keep paying the duplex rent on her own. Unfortunately, this has resulted in Tammy not having a home to go back to once she leaves the rehab facility in Ohio. Tammy is living full-time in the facility in Ohio while she receives treatment for her food addiction. While she only made it through a month or so of treatment on her first run, sister Amy Halterman reveals that this trip could be substantially longer. The once again pregnant celeb told media outlets recently that Tammy Slaton would likely be staying in the rehab facility for at least a year, maybe even 2. She also said that the length of the stay is not important so long as her sister gets the treatment she needs to get her life on track. Intensive residential treatment isn't cheap. As some fans may know, TLC paid for Tammy's first trip to rehab earlier in the year. Fortunately for them, she only stayed a fraction of the time they had initially planned for. This go-round, it looks like Tammy is on her own financially. According to Amy, TLC is not paying for Tammy's rehab treatment. In fact, the facility is using the entirety of the celeb's SSI check each month to cover her treatment. As of the time of this writing, the network has not offered to help with Tammy's medical costs for this trip to rehab. Amy also reports that, because her finances are unstable at the moment, Tammy will have to stay with her sister when she comes home from the facility. Tammy's Social Security pays it, it takes her whole Social Security check, the show isn't paying. That's why I hear she doesn't have a place to live, because she can't afford the rent. When she comes out she'll stay with me for a little bit, soon as we find a place she'll go there. Amy Halterman, how long do you think Tammy Slaton will stay in the rehab facility? Tell us in the comments.